Welcome, brothers and sisters. My name is Eros and I am the Duel Maker. Today we will be continuing with our series all about the planets, and as you guessed from the title, we will be talking about the Sun. Now, as always, we won't be taking into consideration every single possible correspondence. We will take into consideration those correspondences that I think, at least that I feel in my experience, will give you a better feel, a better sensation of the energy of the planet. So, without further ado, let's start for the Sun with glory. So, glory is all about objectives, recognizing our objectives, aiming toward our objectives, and appreciating the results that we can reap, that we can reach following our objectives. And of course, glory goes in pair with success. So, the same is true for recognizing, aiming toward, and appreciating our success and the success of others. In a sense, through glory, the Sun is telling us to speak with our actions and without pride. Glory should be a celebration of joy, and a celebration with joy, and never a celebration of pride or a celebration of the things we can impose upon others. Should never be that. So, in this sense, for glory, we need to work hard and never, ever fake our results. The second correspondence that we will take into consideration is splendor. Through the correspondence with splendor, the Sun is telling us to follow our light, our inner light, but also to follow our objectives and to find and follow and radiate our drive, our deep drive, our true drive. So, for splendor, to connect with the splendor of the Sun, we need to find our inspiration and to inspire others, radiating our splendor to inspire others. So, doing things, actually achieving results, and taking, meaningful action. Not ever judging or criticizing others when not requested. Taking meaningful action to solve problems. So, through splendor, we understand the importance that we should give to ourselves without being self-centered. The third correspondence of the Sun that we will take into consideration is royalty. So, walking in our points of strength and recognizing our points of strength, recognizing them, never diminishing ourselves for no reason, or allowing others to act in a way that is diminishing to ourselves. So, please do remember that for the law of polarity, Misery and success are the same thing with a different vector. It's the same thing in two completely different directions. So, forgive me, we should never be eaten alive by misery, because misery loves company, but also we should never be eaten alive by our success. So we should not fall and follow along in the trap of pride. Success is a different thing. So, in a sense, to understand the royalty that the Sun is trying to make us understand, forgive me, we should pursue exclusivity through meritocracy, giving to merit prizes, and never exposing pride for the merits we are not really sure we have. Now, the main teaching that the energy of the Sun is trying to transmit to us, the main teaching is honor. So, pursuing our honor, understanding the sacrality of the word, our word and the word of others. So, in a sense, being respectful toward others, but also toward ourselves, and valuing others, giving a value to those around us in function of the action, and also valuing ourselves in function of our actions, gaining status through our actions, through our success, through our results, through our splendors, and so on. I hope you get the gist of it. Always, please do remember in the teaching of honor that respect is always earned, never given. So, I would love you to understand that we should respect strength and never impositions from above. In a sense, we should be ready to share value when we respect, and we should never expect others to value us intrinsically for no reasons. Respect for our merit, for our results, for our actions. Then, as always, we will see an object that represents the energy of this planet. In this case, is the crown for the Sun. The crown has many correspondences itself, but for the Sun, the crown is telling us to walk through our action to build value, to build a reign in this sense. But a reign could be our status, the respect that others feel for us, or to build our income as a rain, or to build our connections, also extremely important. The crown represents the status that we need to achieve to avoid those who doesn't respect your work, your net worth, your network, whatever you've done achieving results. So never, even if you wear the crown of the sun, never underestimate others, but also never bend to injustices. Now, as always, we will make a quick analogy with two personality traits, with two archetypes. One is an extremely positive one, is the sun expressed in a positive way, and the other is a negative one, the dark side of the sun. So, in this case, the two archetypes, the positive one will be the king, and the negative one will be the dummy. Now, we clearly understand that the king is respected especially from those who understand merit, while the dummy is tolerated, put in position to be tolerated, and tolerated from those above him or her. Then the king gives guidance to others, explains, makes others understand merit and meritocracy, while the dummy is piloted from those above, from those who really have experience and merit. The king is an icon, while the dummy is replaceable. Then the king is graceful, while the dummy is arrogant, tries to bring ungained merit toward him or herself. The king puts in effort to resolve things, while the dummy takes merit when things are resolved for him or her. The king promotes welfare, while to secure his or her position, the dummy promotes the status quo. The king promotes and takes action, while the dummy avoids change at any cost to promote his or her position. The king respects his or her enemies if they are worth it, if he or her recognize merit in them, if his enemies or her enemies are of valor, if they have merit, while the dummy, on the complete opposite side, fear his or her allies, especially his or her allies of power, because he or she knows that he or she can be easily replaced. Now, as always, we will start with a few quick, direct, straight correspondences. For the sun, the color will be gold or yellow. Works extremely well. The day of the week related to the sun is, of course, Sunday, and the card related to the sun in a tarot deck is, of course, as you guessed, the sun. The metal best corresponding to the sun is gold, and in a zodiacal sense, the sun is related to the sign of Leo. Now, if you like to work with crystals, in my experience, the best crystals to work with, of course, aside of the metal of gold, are C3, red jasper, and of course, sunstone. Now, if you want to work with herbs, as we've seen before, some of the correspondent herb for the sun, not all of them, some of the correspondent herbs for the sun are bay or laurel, depending on how you want to call this herb, but also chamomile, lemon, orange and tangerine, of course, daisies and rosemary, but also sunflower, calendula, marjoram, angelica, peony, and if you want to work with the trees, I usually will go for ash. But please do remember that for the sun, any kind of grades, but especially weeds, are extremely important, especially in our tradition. Now, I hope with this video you got a deeper, or at least a better feel, a better sensation of the energy of the sphere of the sun. As always, I hope I will see you in the next video of this series. As always, I deeply thank you for your kind attention, and may eternal light shine on.